What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Team Beer Guts. I am Uncle Frank, and this is the Beer Advent Calendar, day number 5. Happens to be the 5th day of December, which is also the same day that Prohibition ended. That's right, Prohibition ended 90 years ago today, the 5th of December. 1933? Is that why there's a 33 on a Rolling Rock bottle? Maybe we'll never know. So, if you haven't had the opportunity yet, please like, subscribe, share. We'd love to be able to build this channel. When I say we, I mean me and my multiple personalities, but want to try and bring this channel to really what it's supposed to be about. Beer tasting, beer notes, beer education, bike rides, bike ride workouts. It is bikes and beer all together. Full disclosure, I have not been biking. I have been injured. I do have my knee surgery slated for next week. So I'm going to have knee surgery, and then I'm going to be doing a lot of rehab. Maybe we'll show some rehab, but that's boring. Boring! You know what's exciting? Beer. So, let's get into today's beer. Like I said, let's talk about some different beers. Beers I haven't had before, things I have not reviewed, and I definitely have not reviewed this beer because this company is pretty new. Based out of Pittsfield, Massachusetts. I met the team this past fall, actually, for the first time, and this is called Hot Plate. Hot Plate Brewing Company. I know the story because I went to their website and read it. I'm not going to tell you the story. I think you should go to the website and read it. It's really interesting and unique. Drive them some traffic, why not? But I think it's a great idea of how you just don't come up with something that's going to be flash and catchy. It really speaks to their story. Hot Plate Brewing Company. I think it's super cool. Latina-based and a female head brewer. So I just think that's cool, and you should check them out. Want to be able to give some props to the small guys and gals who are doing their thing in the industry. So today I am looking at Hot Plate Brewing Company. This is the Rockin' the Gold Tooth. It is a cream ale. You don't see a lot of cream ales out there anymore. So cream ale, really predominant, let's call middle 80s, when brew pubs were getting their thing going, and they needed a beer that wasn't the light lager, but not the pale ales and IPAs. And cream ale was definitely a brew pub standard for a while. You're looking at a lighter, easier drinking beer. Might have a bit of corn in the malt bill, and that's going towards some of the light lager flavors that you had, but you don't want it to be cooked corn because that's an off flavor, so you don't want that. Because it's a light beer, any off flavors are going to shine through a lot. So it's a difficult style to do, to be honest with you, to do well. Cream ales are a simple beer recipe, and when you put that all together and you do it with proper practice, you get a really good beer. Now, first thing you're going to notice is all the bubbles in my glass. I just noticed it. I thought this glass was beer clean. It is not. What's a beer clean glass? Isn't a clean glass? Yeah, beer clean? No. There's clean glass, and then there's beer clean. Meaning that sometimes when you do your dishes and it's got some soap, it might leave some residue, some oils or things. Is it clean? Yeah, it's not a dirty glass, but the oils and things are going to stick to the side of the glass, and pouring a beer into it will show you that that's happened. As you can see, you have all these nucleation sites, all these bubbles. This is not a beer clean glass, and I'm actually a little ashamed of this, but this is the only sample of this that I have, so I'm not going to pour it out and do the video again. I'm just going to drink out of my non-beer clean glass. But if you want a beer clean glass, make sure that not only you clean it, but wipe the inside, use a different detergent, something like that. Or hard water. Hard water will stick to your glass. Why is it an issue? You can see all the nucleation sites. All this carbonation is starting to bubble out already. It's not going to taste exactly the way it was. Now, it will for the purposes of this review, but if I was sipping this through a few pints, it's going to, by the time I get to the bottom of pint number 2, it's not going to be that great. Beer clean glasses are a real thing, boys and girls. So, anyway, that's the offshoot. Let's talk with the beer itself. Sweet malt. I'm not getting any corn or corny character in it, even though it may be in the malt bill. I believe I said 5.1%. Look at the menu rate, the label. Hybrid beer. It's also one of the things about a cream ale. So you don't have to do it this way. You can. This beer happens to use a lager yeast fermented at ale temperatures. Typically, that is maybe a steam beer type thing. Lager yeast at ale actually, that would be a Kolsch beer. Kolsch beer, lager yeast, ale temperatures, as opposed to ale yeast, lager temperatures. Kolsch and steam beer are one of those weird hybrids. Cream ale can also be a hybrid. Well, super drinkable. Little lemon character to it, lemony, citrus. Very clean finish. The malt is there. I get a little dryness. So that's either through good fermentation techniques or maybe a little bit of wheat in the malt bill, to dry it out and allow other flavors to shine through. Yeah, that's really, really interesting. The light malt character is there, a little bit of sweetness, almost like a toast, but not toasted. Toasted is going to be more brown ale type flavors or whatever, but there's like a light bread flavor. So warm baked bread, that's where we're going with that, yeah. Some hops to balance. The hops are earthy, grassy, little green. If green was a flavor, you could say green. Carbonation is great on this. And I wish I had a beer clean glass so I could just sip through it. But I'm going to drink this faster so I don't lose the carbonation from it. So, yeah, hybrid beer. Has a little bit, it says bigger body, which it is, but it's not big body. It's just a little bit more malt forward and a bigger body than, say, your yellow fizzy beers. This is not going to be your crushable Pilsner that you would have from other beers. This is a super easy drinking beer. It's the only sample I have. If I had more of this, I may save it for Football Sunday. But today is Tuesday. It could be Taco Tuesday. I'm not making tacos tonight, though. Food-wise, what would you pair this with? This could go with almost anything because it's so light and refreshing. This could do a skirt steak with just salt and pepper. Just something easy on the, that beer, refreshing on the side. Hot dogs, hot day. This would go with hot dogs. Doesn't have to go with anything, really, though. You could just be chilling outside and maybe you have some snacks. If you're picnic, you wouldn't be offended or offending this beer if you were trying to eat healthier and maybe you're eating some grapes and strawberries and then you also have this beer because you're not going after all the cheese and crackers. And there's a little bit of that sweetness, that fruit sweetness that's there that goes along with this. It complements this beer. This is very good. Yeah, I'm digging this beer. Cheers to the peeps out at Hot Plate Brewing Company. Again, they're really, really new. They're out in Pittsfield, Mass. So that is Western Massachusetts, exit 2 maybe off the Mass Pike. Check out their website. Really, really interesting story. I think the beer is very, very tasty. And that is today's review on day number 5. We'll see you tomorrow, day 6 on the Beer Advent Calendar. Until then, as always, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Ride bikes. Drink good beer. Cheers.